Hey everyone, welcome to Adobe Live. How are you today? I'm Shauna Lynn and I am here with Giulia Zoavo, who is an incredible illustrator living in Brooklyn.
Hi everyone.
We were here yesterday making awesome art and she did really cool stuff. So let's see who's in the chat. I see Cody's here. We all love Cody. I see Monica, Giorda Maya, Victor, Ferry, Robert. How are you guys? Hi, Richard. Richard says, hello from Toronto. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Who's tuning in for day 2? How are you today, Giulia?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I am more awake than I think I was yesterday.
Yeah, me too. I had my coffee today.
Oh, good. Did you have any kind of special coffee, or was it just like standard?
Just my regular espresso.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Very excited to work today and to work again.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah. Well, we have a great lineup today. Let's see if we can show the schedule real quick before we jump in. We started with the Creative Encore with Meg Lewis, followed by the Photoshop. Here we go. Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge with Paul Tranny. Vector Art is with Giulia Zoavo, which is us right now. That will be followed by the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge with Julia Masalska, followed by Mobile App Design with Julia Sandusky, the XD Creative Challenge with Howard Pinsky, and finishing up the day will be Design in the Dark with Andrew Hockrattle and Michael Lanier. So we've got a really great day for you guys. And today we also have the Artist Spotlight, where we will be spotlighting someone here in the community. So if you are interested in having your portfolio reviewed at some point, or having your portfolio spotlighted at some point, if you look in the chat tab, you'll see chat, info, and artist spotlight. You'll click artist spotlight and you can submit your Behance profile there for consideration. So we already have a lot of hype happening in the chat. Anika says, Giulia left me super inspired yesterday and I made my vector illustration.
I saw it, thank you.
Yeah, I saw it too, it's so good. And so, Giulia, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself for people who may not have been here yesterday.
Sure. So my name is Giulia Zoavo. I'm an illustrator, a freelance illustrator and graphic designer. I'm originally from Italy, but I live in Brooklyn, New York. And I work mainly for commercial projects, like for clients, advertising, design studios, tech companies. I do mostly vector art, so my work is mostly done in Adobe Illustrator, and I do also a little bit of editorial design. I remember to bring some of my printed things, so you can see how they look when they are printed. Actually, this is the book. Inside there is the pattern that you can see in our background. So I also do this kind of stuff, this editorial design, especially for kids. And yesterday I was telling that I like to tell stories in my drawing. I always like to incorporate more than one concept, more than one character. And yeah, drawing is basically my way of telling stories. And this is what we have done yesterday and what we're going to do today as well.
Awesome. I'm excited. Yeah, yesterday you did some really amazing art and amazing work on the dream house that you started.
Yeah, so this is where we left yesterday. We've been working on the dream house, the topic of the dream house. This is going to be a poster of a house made of several situations, several stories, several characters. This is the initial sketch. We started from here, we changed something, we have new characters that popped in our mind, like while we were working, and we're gonna try to finish this today incorporating some of the suggestions we had yesterday that were really fun. And yeah, so
Are you still open to taking suggestions today too? Because I've got my paper and pen ready to go.
Sure. Feel free to suggest me anything. Like, the idea behind this poster was that we've been spending a lot of time in our houses lately. So it could be, I would like to know what is your biggest passion and what would you like to have in your house if you could have a room, if you have the spare room that you could fill with what you like the most. Like, we have some really nice suggestions. Now we did, there is a tent for sleeping under the stars, even if we are indoor. There is an ice skating rink on the terrace, on the rooftop. We have a secret forest, a magical, and named Kevin, and a secret reading room. And we were right about to start the chocolate bathtub. This one. A sweet room with chocolate bathtub.
Hot chocolate bathtub. Nikolai says, hello from Denmark. So excited for this. Julia wants to know, how are your nerves today?
Good. I think good.
I feel like day 2 is always easier than day 1 because day 2, you've already done day 1. You got the nerves out. Day 2 is just like the time to, chill and hang out and get, just work. It's a lot. I feel like the ice has been broken at that point.
Yeah. And it's fun because I had done Adobe Live before, but every time is like the first time, you have to be.
It never feels that no matter which one I'm on, I'm nervous. It's like, it's easier from this end because I get to enjoy the art and I get to just hype you up. But when it's the opposite end where like you're drawing, there is that nervousness that comes in because you're like, I want it to look good.
Yeah, but it was not like, I was a little bit nervous, but mostly excited because I know it's super fun to be here. The community is great and it's always a lot of fun. So yeah, but thanks for asking.
And make sure save work.
So
Anika did her own version and she says she did a work from home edition of all things 2020 in hers.
That's super nice. Actually, I love when people are inspired and they do their own thing, inspired by something I showed them or I was doing. It's actually a great exercise, I think, if you're just getting started, especially to take an idea that you like and make your own version. And it's a great way to start and to see what you do. So
I agree. I want to do a Christmas themed one. Where every room is a different Christmas theme, like a pink tree and
but this is also like, this kind of things are like perfect for exhibitions. Like they're the perfect start for a project that involves several artists. Like I've been doing some collective exhibitions lately where you had one theme and every artist went to do his own interpretation of the theme, and it was really fun. It's always super nice to do. So this could be easily the start of a project for everyone, and everyone gets to submit his house and it becomes an exhibition or something like that.
This would be a really cool gallery show.
Yeah. So
I still love that bear.
The bear is here. He will stay. I was thinking to bring back the sweet room here, where it was in my sketch. So we can keep this maybe for the magic library we were talking about, like the one that turns and becomes something else. And also here, this gives me the chance to change the skin tone of the character, because I wanted to have several skin tones, not only the pink. So I will put some bubbles here. My idea for today is to see if we can finish this, I would like to finish the suite room and then go to the basement and see what happens. We have some ghosts in the basement. Yesterday we were talking about an aquarium, an underground aquarium. And so I think it would be really fun. If you have any suggestion for like fish or what ghosts might be doing, they're welcome. Yesterday we were talking about jellyfish.
We were talking about jellyfish and like baby sharks.
Yeah.
Baby shark. Sorry.
No.
I don't want to get us copyright stricken.
Now it will be in my head forever.
I'm sorry. They turned that into a kid's book. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, it's a whole franchise now, but like there's a kid's book of Baby Shark, and I think there's like sequels.
What?
Oh, we have a question. McNeil Chapman says,
Sure.
Ciao, everyone. Although it's hard to step outside your culture, could you say how being Italian might affect how you think about creativity?
How it being Italian affect creativity, right? So, that's a good question. What I think is being born and raised in Italy, I was able to go to witness a lot of art for all my life, because like literally everywhere you go, there is some art exhibition, museum, classical art, literally everywhere. Like if you go in any random city in Italy, in a church, for example, for sure you will see amazing painting, amazing classical art. And I was kind of lucky because my parents always brought me everywhere. Like we went to a lot of museums, a lot of exhibitions all around Italy. So I mean, when you're young and you go to Florence, to the Uffizi museums and to Rome, and you see all this amazing art, I think it's kind of really inspiring. Even if you're a kid, I remember being really inspired by these Leonardo paintings, Raffaello paintings. It was crazy. We're very lucky.
Yeah, I had the opportunity years ago to do a short study abroad in Rome, and I remember just being overwhelmed by how much art was there, even just in the churches. And one of our first drawing classes, our teacher goes, so we were at Santa Maria sopra Minerva, and I hope I did not butcher that, over by the Pantheon.
Perfect.
And it's my favorite church. I fell in love with it that day. And but we are sitting outside, and he goes, okay, so drawing students, you guys can go on ahead. I hear there's a statue by some guy named Michelangelo in there. And of course you see like 10 art students go flying in.
Wow.
But yeah, I could see how that would be incredibly influential, especially as a kid, because it's astounding how much art is there. I mean, it's like every building is a piece of art.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you have a favorite place there that's something that like constantly inspires you?
I mean, Rome for me is like my favorite city ever. I think is the same for many people.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's just so much art. I went to the Vatican museums like last year, and it was like incredible. Go to the Sixtine Chapel, amazing.
I cried in there.
It's really great.
It's from the like I grew up in America, so I studied those all as a kid, and it was the wildest thing was like going there and seeing these things that you studied in person for the first time. And it's all of a sudden it's not in a book, it's right in front of you.
Yeah.
Robert says, is not Italy a big art gallery? I think so. I've been one time.
Yeah.
Anika says, do you have any art history book recommendations?
I don't know. I have to think about it. But when I was young, I was like always always reading the art history book, like my school history book. It was like I was always reading everything that was in this book. I was super excited of studying art.
Julio wants to know, what's the meal you miss the most from Italy, and what's the one you are enjoying now?
So, this is a painful question. No, I have to say, it's in New York. It's really easy to find Italian restaurant, like real Italian restaurant owned by real Italian people. And I live in a neighborhood that is full of Italo Americans. And they speak, it's amazing, guys. It's so fun being so far from Italy. And you go outside, and I go to buy, I don't know, something for some ingredients for my meals. And I go to the little deli that is like literally in front of my house. And the guy speaks Italian super well, because he's born and raised here, but they are from an Italian family. So it's crazy to enter in a deli in New York and you are like, ah, ciao, come stai? And it's crazy. Yeah. So, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
To answer the question that I was forgetting about, the meal, what I wanted to say is that you can find a lot of Italian meals here, but there's a specific fresh pasta from my region, that is Emilia Romagna, where Parmesan is from and where prosciutto is from. That's my region. There is a specific kind of pasta, fresh pasta filled with cheese, that I can find anywhere, and I missed it really a lot. If my mom is connected, she knows Anolini.
Oh, that just sounds so good. Anything with pasta and cheese. Nikolai wants to know, he says, how come you moved to the US? And you said a project brought you here.
Yeah, actually, that was one of my dreams. I think it's a common dream to move to New York to work if you are in design or in illustration. So it was one of my dreams, but I thought it would have been super hard to make it become true. And I was lucky enough to make a personal project that got noticed, and a studio here called me and my boyfriend, who is the one who was my partner in the project. It was a personal project we did together. So it was double lucky. A nice studio calls me to come to live in New York with my boyfriend. So it was like, okay, universe is speaking, I'm coming, I'm hoping it's fine. And yeah, so I got this chance. It was really nice. I liked it here, so I decided to stay a little bit more.
And you had said with that personal project, you had done it a year earlier, and it had gotten a little bit of had gotten some recognition, and then it was about a year after making it that it was discovered by the agency that brought you to the US.
Yeah, you're right. So
make those side projects, guys, because you never know.
Exactly. That's what I always recommend to students when I talk to students, or really to anyone. Like, I've been doing personal projects in these past years, and they always were a blessing. They always help me find new work, find some nice work, and being noticed, because, like, of course, people will notice you if you do something that they like. If you do a project that people are interested in, they will share it. They will share it with their friends, with other people, and other people will show to other people. It's like kind of how it works. And personal projects are fun. I think if you have anything that you like a lot, and you know how to do the narration, how to talk about what you like and put it in a nice shape, people will be interested to hear your story, your concept, your passion. And so that's really, do something that you like. People will recognize that you did something honest, and we recognize your passion, and they will probably be interested in what you did, and they will want to know more probably.
Yeah, you'd say like, do things that you want to see in the world and do them because you want to do them rather than what it could potentially, bring you.
Yeah.
That makes sense. The round corner tool is so fun.
Yes, here they are. We were a bit worried about you corners. We didn't use you for.
He's so cute. He's such a cute little ghost.
Oh
my God, the little ooh mouth.
Or maybe like,
Anika says that is a very motivating story. And Nikolai says, so exciting. Thank you for the answer.
Thank you, guys.
So is anyone else making in the chat? Are you guys making any dream townhouses? Giulia Zoavo says, reminds me of Pac-Man.
Yeah, you're right.
There's a YouTube video. There's like this song that it literally is just, I think it's like a synthesizer, but the synthesizer sounds like little ghosts going, ooh. And someone put a little animation to it of these little ghosts just like in a choir singing. It's the cutest thing I think I've seen all Halloween.
I didn't see that.
I'll have to see if I can find it and send it to you later. It's cute. Fairy says, my dream townhouse, maybe there's a garage with a lift. Do you okay, so garage with a lift. So do you have like multiple cars? Would that be why you have the lift? Because I hear lift and I think boat. I love how quickly this, like, all of a sudden just starts coming together.
I was thinking about these ghosts yesterday.
Were you?
In my mind. I was like, I need to do the ghost.
It's so cute. Can't handle it. You should have you almost should put like a little like bow on their head.
Yeah, let's do it.
On one of their heads. I don't know which one.
So maybe one could be smiling instead of screaming.
Fairy says, yes, a car lift. Oh, nice. Carlos says, normally do you create layers first or after making the design?
I think it depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes I want to see how the work is first, and then I go and make the fine tunings like layers and all these little adjustments. And sometimes it's better to do it like straight away while I'm working. It really depends on the project, how complicated it is. And
that makes sense. It's interesting because working in Photoshop, I feel like depending on how people work, like they make, they put all the layers in their groupings as they go so they don't lose them. But with Illustrator, it feels like it's a little easier to keep track of the layers without separating everything.
Yeah.
Eliel says, hi from Brazil. And Giulia Zoavo says, can we add a cat somewhere?
Sure.
We have a cat or 3 on the list. I know that.
We will have a cat for sure. Hello.
Oh, look at that. I love it. She's so cute.
Okay. So we have our little house ghosts. Maybe there will be more around somewhere.
You could have one peeking from behind the gumball machine.
Yeah. There will be another for sure somewhere.
Fairy says, oh my goodness, you motivate me to try to make vector art right now.
Do it. You will not regret it. It's a great thing.
Draw along with us. Robert says, the friendly little ghost. Peter says, are you looking up a photo of an object before you start sketching?
Sometimes I do, yeah. Especially not when I sketch. When I sketch, it's actually all about memory, but when I'm drawing, many times, of course, I need to see the subject, so it's easier. And I don't have a very visual memory, so many times I need a little reminder. I think it's normal to need something to see just as a reference.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Noor. Welcome to the chat. Yes, I know yesterday you brought up the Adobe stock panel in the libraries to use it as reference for one of the bits and pieces.
Yeah, when I need something really quickly, just a reference really quickly, I go to my libraries here, and yesterday we were looking for the tent, but if I was looking for the ghost, I would have done this. And
we got the first image.
This is useful. This is super fast, super easy. So.
Oh, I love the little bricks. That's such a good idea. So it's almost like you're looking in a corridor.
Yeah. We can have some bricks here and there just to be consistent. And so this was in the sketch.
Mm-hmm.
And we should have the mice here, but yesterday we had this great idea with the chat about doing the underground aquarium. So I was thinking to bring the mice maybe here and to have the aquarium here.
Yeah, I like that.
So we don't have to stick exactly to the draft. I will use, okay. And I love to draw fish. They are so colorful.
I think I don't draw fish as much, but I like drawing seaweed because it's very swoopy.
So.
Okay, what was that you just did?
I wanted to do the fin. So I was thinking that like a quarter of a circle would be nice. There's actually like the good thing, I mentioned this yesterday, but one thing I love about working in Illustrator is there are like 3 million ways to do a thing. It depends on what you like more. So for me, here I wanted this fin to be like a little bit circle. So I drew the circle and I like just.
Oh, that's cool.
But I could have also done like, I don't know, like take a circle, take a square, and if you do the Pathfinder here or the ship builder as well, you have the same thing. And you can do it also with a pen. I mean,
I don't think I've ever seen someone do this, undo the circle like that. So that was really cool. Nora says, I think this design would be really great animated.
Yeah, you're right.
That would be fun if you got someone, or you even, because I think you said you like to play with animation. Even if it's just like little like 2-step things, like the fish just go boop, 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 boop,
Yeah, you're right.
Or the ghosts bounce up and down. Hi, Andreas. Welcome to the chat.
Hi.
Hemanth says, can the fish tail be more fluid like a betta fish?
What's a betta fish?
So have you seen those like those single fish you can buy at the pet store where they come in like a little container and they're really colorful and they've got like the ribbon tail.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a
sure.
beta fish and they're aggressive. Like I
Really?
don't think you can have two of them in a tank, and I don't think you can have them in tanks with other fish because they're aggressive.
Wow.
Like if you put them in with a goldfish, like I'm pretty sure they attack and kill the goldfish.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So is the tail, what color are they?
I've seen them like blue and purple. Let me see if there's like other colors of beta fish.
So is the fin something like this?
So their fin, yeah, it's kind of like that. And they also have ones where the fin is like, I'm going to draw it because give me your pen.
We could do the fin here for now.
Like it's kind of like this.
Oh, okay.
Which I think would work really well with how you do your curvies. They've got like, I mean, they're like big fantails. There's ones that are white, pink, orange, purple, blue. There's a black one with a yellow tail. Yeah, there's a lot of options.
I will check it out.
My younger sister has an aquarium in her room, and there are fish that are called, I think, Mickey Mouse fish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little fish, and it's got the pattern of the Mickey Mouse head on it.
No way.
Yeah, we got one, and I named it Walt. It didn't. We briefly had Walt.
That's
Disney
fun.
fish. There's also ones that are like neon. They glow neon under a black light. It's wild.
Wow.
She's got a sucker fish named Mo, and it's named Mo because have you ever seen the movie WALL-E?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it.
You know the little character Mo that cleans up everything and he gets really mad when he cleans and it gets dirty again?
Yeah.
That's why she named her suckerfish Mo, because he cleans the tank.
That's fun.
Let's see. Kay Damasio wants to know, are you drawing with a mouse or a pen?
No, I'm actually drawing with the trackpad.
Really?
Yeah, so.
You have some steady fingers.
I use also the pen sometimes.
Okay. Like a Wacom pen or?
Yeah.
Okay.
But for some reason, the trackpad is my favorite tool. Everybody is like, everybody looks at me like I'm weird when I say that.
I think it's just because it's so hard to like master. Because I know anytime I've used it, if my finger is too cold or something, the trackpad doesn't recognize it. So that's why I don't like using them, because it's a constant battle. Let's see. Judas says, can you show us how to draw a starfish?
Sure.
Bet you can. Yeah. Let's
do one.
Oh, look at the little jelly. What should we? I feel like all these need to have names. It's a problem.
I was thinking that the ghost and the jellyfish look like similar, so maybe he could look at the jellyfish.
You look just like me.
And be like, who's this?
What a strange looking ghost. Noor says, trackpad Jedi spotted. And Cody just reminded us, she says, in 1 hour, we'll be doing an artist spotlight. If you'd like to nominate yourself or someone else for a future artist spotlight, you can fill the form out in the tab above the chat. It says artist spotlight. Click on it. Submit your Behance profile. Oh, it's like he's peeking in. That's so cute.
So he's a little surprised
Mm-hmm.
to see the jellyfish. Jellyfish is happy, actually.
I like it.
And so white. Let's do this. I will do also the starfish as well.
Starfish would be very cute in this. Kay Damasio says, hi from a Brazilian living in Germany, watching an Italian who's living in the USA. Hemant says, that already looks so awesome.
Thank you. So.
Oh, there it is.
Super simple.
So you used the star tool and then you used the rounded corners, correct?
Yeah. Just 2 moves.
If anyone's drawing along in the chat, what do your rooms look like? We want to know.
So maybe the starfish should be on a rock or something.
Oh, that would work. Oh, Alamin just gave us a very good reminder. Save your work.
Save! Thank you. Thank you.
Also hydrate. If you have water at your desk, make sure you are hydrating.
Thank you, guys. I will be lost without you when this is over.
I think there was a point back when we were on Twitch, we had a custom bot command that would just like every 15 minutes tell us to drink water and save.
That's actually useful. I always forget both to save and to drink water.
I don't know about you, but I can manage to go all day without drinking water and not realize it. Yeah, but I will drink like 5 coffees in there and I'm like, well, technically it's made with water. And then I like chug it at night and make myself feel sick.
Yeah.
Cody says, PSA, stretch your wrists, drink water, and save your work. Stretch your wrists is really hard for me to say because I feel like it's all in the same like type of word. I tumble over it a lot. Jeremiah says, Alaminador, you get extra credit for that. Yes, you're the first to remind us to save, so extra credit for you. You get internet points that count for nothing. Oh, it's so cute. Should there be like a piece of seaweed in there?
Yeah, we have to do one. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's do a really simple one, like made of circles, maybe.
That would work.
Like some kind of. They are like something like this. Or I can also take this that I did here.
Oh, yeah.
And make it a little piece of. But another color will work better.
Hello, Brian. Welcome to the chat. He says, hi, my name is Brian. I was with you guys yesterday and streaming in now. Hope I haven't missed much. You've not. We're only about a half hour, just a little over a half hour in. But you can always rewatch the stream later on to see anything that you may have missed or watch other streams that have also been on Adobe. So if you are looking to learn different things, there is a stream for you. That is one I always tell students when they're like, how can I learn to do other things? I'm like, just go watch Adobe Live. Trust me, you'll learn things.
Yeah.
And if anyone's just joining us, I'm here with Giulia Zoavo. who is a very talented illustrator, and we're working on a dream house with dream rooms.
Okay.
Nora says, "Where is SpongeBob?"
You're right.
Julio asks, "So the basement is a ghost aquarium or an aquarium with a ghost?"
There's a ghost in the aquarium looking at a jellyfish and maybe falling in love. We don't know. Or he's just surprised. And maybe we can add. I wanted to put a little door here that is supposed to be on this side, but I want to put the mice here. So I will put the front door on this side. And there might also be, I just noticed there is a little space there. There might also be a little one for the mice.
A mouse door. I love it. And if anyone in chat has suggestions, we have a running list going so far, but we still are willing to take other suggestions.
So I noticed there was a little gap here. So I unlocked the building to make it work.
If anyone in chat is watching, her building with all the blocks is on its own layer and it's locked so that as she's creating each room, she's not selecting the building too. Mayane says, "I still can't believe she's using the trackpad."
You know, every time I was interviewed earlier this year, and there was a scene of me like working with the trackpad, and most of the comments I got was, "Should I gift you a mouse? Do you want a?" All my friends, they were awesome.
I'm in the mouse or Wacom tablet camp, but I don't even I have a wired mouse. I don't use I've got the wire still.
Yeah.
I do not like Bluetooth mice. That's just my one pet peeve is a Bluetooth mouse because I hate having to add new batteries and I hate having to recharge it. Yeah. And I hate when it loses connection. So I was like, I will stick with wired mice until they do not make them anymore. But I have to wonder if using a trackpad is better for your hand than holding a mouse.
I'm not sure.
Be an interesting study to find out, unless someone in chat knows. Because hand health is very important in our industry.
So I want to put a little plant in front of the house. I will do a circle, and then that's another thing I like to do. I do a stroke, and the stroke can be a dashed line. And if you put the circle cap and the dash are 0, you can have a perfect.
Oh, look at that.
It's really easy to do, and
I've done that for some sort of thing before. I don't use Illustrator a whole lot, but I have used that trick before, and it's just so satisfying.
Yeah.
I do that too to make if I need to make a dotted line divider, I'll use that to do that trick. Because it just makes life easy.
Yeah.
Judith says, "Can you share when you would use Illustrator and when you would use Photoshop?"
So I mostly use Illustrator. I can show you a work of mine where I use Photoshop, but for the design for the actual illustration, I will always use Illustrator just because I'm more used to using shapes and using the tools of Illustrator. And I like the fact that it's vector, so I can stretch them, I can make them bigger, smaller, and I won't lose quality. And it's also probably for this kind of illustration, Illustrator is perfect. But if I had to add textures, for example, I have my brushes in Photoshop, and usually what I do is I release the layers and I release these layers like this. Oh, I lost my connection. My God. Release 2 layers, and I just export it in Photoshop. And you have all the layers in Photoshop, like the file in Photoshop is already layered.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Every object is already.
Very cool. Julio just recommended a mouse for me. It says the one charge lasts for days and is really comfortable. But that's the thing. I still have to charge it. Like, I barely remember to charge my earphones, let alone anything else. Taïv says, can we have a UFO?
Yeah, why not?
And Robert says, looks great so far.
Thank you. So I was thinking to make the cozy room here where it was supposed to be, actually, because yesterday someone mentioned a fireplace and a cozy room, TV room, having books, paintings, things like that. And we can have the mice here. And then we have 2 rooms left. Maybe one could be with cats. And maybe one could be with the magic library that we mentioned before.
And the secret room bookcase. I was like, what is that room called? Judah says that bear is really cute.
Thank you. He's really happy to hear.
You have Peekaboo the bear and Peekaboo the owl. No, I'm kidding. Can we please vote on a name for the bear? For me, he's already Bob the bear.
Yeah.
Did we pick a name for him yesterday or?
Yeah, we did. I don't Jack? John?
I think it was Joe.
Joe. Probably Joe.
Was it Joe? I think it might have been Joe. But we could pick a different name if we wanted. But the owl is Kevin, and that is staying.
Yeah.
Because it's too cute.
The owl is staying.
Nora says the bear should be named Mishka.
That's fine too.
We've got Bob. We've got Mishka. My dad would be one to be like, his name should be Larry.
Why?
I don't. He'd be like Larry or Louie. He nicknamed my dog years ago, and he was gonna call him Louie. And I said, why Louie? And he goes, because Louie just seems like the kind of guy that just goes with the flow. It didn't stick. His nickname is Theodore now, so. Julio says, what?
No, name not approved.
Yeah. He tried. He actually did try to keep that. It was that, and then it was Yubi. Yubi for underbite. But it just didn't fit him. Theodore did. Julio says, I vote for Avo the bear. And then he put in parentheses, Z-O, capital A-V-O. So if anyone is hanging over on YouTube, we do have the ability to watch us on YouTube, and there is a chat over there, but I am not reading that chat. So if you have questions and you're throwing them in the chat over there, they're not going to get heard. They're not going to get seen. So come join us on be.net/live. We're over on Behance, and that's where I'm reading the chat, and that's where the cool kids are and the party is.
We're here.
um,
Baby shark. No.
DJ, shut up. Let's see. Judith says, do you hate using drop shadow?
I don't use them much, but mostly because I do flat design.
Mm-hmm. I know someone who does lettering in Illustrator, and she uses drop shadow to create so it looks like layers, and then she goes into, I believe, Photoshop, and she makes all of those layers look like paper.
Wow.
So she can't. It looks very legit. It's impressive. But that's a case where like the drop shadows do come in handy, and I don't think she does drop shadows until she gets into Photoshop, if I'm not mistaken, because then she can apply the texture and then make it happen.
Wow.
Giorgio would like to know if you've done any 3D illustrations ever.
Not really. That's another thing I would like to learn, actually. There are some amazing 3D artists that I like. And 3D right now is like kind of cool.
Is it trendy right now?
I think so, yeah. I definitely have to check it out, like trying to do some 3D things.
I can see your work being very interesting in the 3D aspect. Amantha says, any idea of adding lighting in the room? Are you talking about like just like adding a lamp to the room?
Sounds good.
Because I feel like if we're gonna make it a cozy room, it should be like sconces with candles.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Be like when you walk into anything cozy, but also kind of dark and creepy with the with the Gregorian chant. Who does that paper thing with the drop shadows? I didn't catch the name. I didn't share the name. It's Ann Chen, who goes by Ann Lettering. I believe, and she's been a guest on Adobe Live before. Judas would like to know if you have any design trends that you don't like.
Oh, it's hard to tell. I mean, if there is any concept or is well done, I'm really open to anything. What I don't like is when I see people just following the trend and doing it because it's trendy, but there's not a real idea behind. Like, I always like to see concepts behind a design. It's not about the style, it's more about what's the concept behind the idea. That for me is the most important things. Really, I could buy an art book in whatever style, I could watch an exhibition in whatever style, as long as it has a nice idea behind. Like, for me, that's the most important thing.
I think a strong concept can make or break an illustration for certain.
Yeah.
And you can generally tell when someone is doing art just to be up with the trend versus like doing it because they enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Emo Art says, what is your color palette name? I think it's just a palette you made yourself.
Yeah. But I could totally like do a little folder for this library and make it a library, a palette on the library, so I can share it.
Well, there we go.
If you're interested in that.
Yeah, for sure. This is your time. You do what you want. Monica would like to know what artists have inspired you throughout your life.
So many. I will tell you all the names. Surprisingly, I mean, not surprisingly, but As mentioned before, I've seen a lot of classic art, especially in my early years. So some of my favorite things are still in the classic world. Like I really enjoy seeing, Renaissance paintings. This classical art is still like one of my favorite. But to think about something a little bit more modern, I like cartoonists a lot. I have a lot of like cartoonists that I like. Jean-Jacques Sempé, he's like 90 now, but he still makes New Yorker covers.
Oh, that's
He's
cool.
still making them. Yeah, no, it's crazy. This guy
Talk about
is
goals.
Yeah, he's great. I love him. I read a lot of like comic books when I was younger, so
Okay.
a lot of them really inspire me.
Did you have was it like Marvel Comics, DC Comics, or was those are the only two comics I know?
More like comics based on books, for example. There is this Italian cartoonist. His name is Marcello. He made the Divine Comedy all in cartoons, and it was so inspiring. Really? Yeah. And talking about illustrators, I have a lot of illustrators that I like, of course. One of my favorite is Lorenzo Mattotti. He made a lot of covers for the New Yorker as well. He is great.
That's so cool.
I like a lot of illustrators that use classic techniques,
Yeah. Fury says, does imitating other artists' style count as cheating?
Wow,
I wouldn't say it is. It was just it's a way of finding your own style.
Yeah. I think it depends on how much you're copying. Like if you see a style that you like and you make it yours, you can totally experiment like just copying. But then when you put it out, like if you are building your portfolio or you are building your website or are you sending your art out like emails to the art directors because you want to be noticed and hired, then you have to show things that you did without copying, I think. But if you're just beginning, I think it makes sense to see what you like and to think, that's the style I would like to do. And then make it your own.
Yeah. So use it as a jumping off point instead of referencing just them.
I mean, it's also more satisfying, no? I mean, it can seem easy to just copy and make it because you like it and you know that it's trending or you've seen it already, so you're sure that it's working. But it's way more satisfying to go somewhere with your own art. And it's totally fine to have references, to have artists that you like, and you're taking this and taking that. It's perfectly fine. Everybody does that.
Yeah.
Being inspired.
Yeah. Well, it's important too to have like, to not look at just one style, because then you will kind of pigeonhole yourself if you're only looking at other people who do the exact same thing as you. So if you look at like something that's very textural and then you look at something very flat, like it's very good to have a mix of things that inspire you because you don't know what's going to end up influencing your art more.
Yeah.
Cody says, also, it's better to take ideas from a bunch of different artists instead of only one or two and make it your own. Yeah. I agree. Because it's very easy if you're only looking at, like, for example, if you were looking at just your work and you said, I just really love Giulia's work and I want to do the type of work Giulia does, but you only look at Giulia's work, you're going to look like a copy of Giulia's work, and it's not going to have that same heart behind it. It's not going to have that same energy behind it, but it's going to look like a copy of her work. And do you want to be known as, yourself, or do you want to be known as the person that can copy other people?
Yeah, you're right.
That room is so cozy.
So we have the cozy room here. Maybe there's room for something else here. If you have any suggestion, guys, I'm super happy.
Maybe like maybe an extra shelf of books.
Yeah, sure.
We've got the library, but we could also have an additional shelf of books. But they could be like, if we pretend they're like the big, like, Great Expectations and all those.
Yeah, books are always great in a room.
I'm of the mindset you can never have enough. Never have enough books. So we've got about just under 30 minutes until our artist spotlight. So make sure that you are submitting to the artist spotlight tab. I just pointed upwards and I know that it's like this way or something. In the chat above, chat info artist spotlight. Click artist spotlight, submit your art there.
I'm excited to see today's artist.
I am too. Hemath says, can the fire be consistent like in the fireplace? Is that going to be a case though where it's the pieces of fire too small, where it's just going to look like a dot in between? I think if you put that in there, it's going to look like a mistake, unless the poster were like genuine. Cody says, I love the chandelier.
Thank you. So
what's the mouse?
Probably I should make it that.
There's a mouse.
Hello, finally the mice party is happening. We've been waiting for it.
Yes.
Oops.
And we still have an hour left. So we've got time to make this mouse party.
I'm happy. I was a little bit scared of not finishing, but I think we can do it.
I believe in you. You've done so much in this like hour. It's crazy.
I was like with my trackpad. So I want to look at the mouse because I'm not sure. Oh, they're cute though. This is my favorite.
Oh, look at this one. I love him.
They are fun.
Have you ever owned a mouse?
Actually, yeah, I had an hamster.
Aw.
So I had the craziest pets. I had a rabbit, and I had an hamster. When my rabbit died, I was so sad. So my boyfriend got me a hamster.
Aw.
But me and the hamster, we were not friends. Like I was with the rabbit.
Yeah. We had guinea pigs.
They are the cutest.
We had one named Buddy, and he loved to get his chin scratched. Like I would walk into the room because he was my sister's, and I would just start scratching his chin, and he'd sit and he'd just go, okay.
Oh.
And then we got a second one, not realizing you can't put two males together if they weren't in the same like grouping together. So they were doing this thing called rumble strutting, and they were like, and they'd popcorn, and they were going clicking at each other. So we had separate houses for them.
Wow.
And so we had Buddy and General Joseph, and General Joseph, he was around for like 6 years. So he lived a long guinea pig life. And then in college, she got another one named Glitch. But every one of them we just called guinea pig. We go, hey, guinea.
They're super clever, no?
They're very like personable. Like they have little personalities. They've got like General Joseph knew when my dad would get home. He knew my dad's voice, and he'd be in the other room, and you'd hear him go wee wee really loud, because he knew if he did that, my dad would bring him lettuce.
Wow, that's crazy.
But they're really cute. They're easy to hold too, because they're not like super teeny, so they have a little bit of substance to them, and they'll just sit there and chill.
This is nice. Also, the rabbit was very, very clever, way more than I imagined before owning one. Like, but they get really affectionate, and they love you. They follow you around.
That's so cute.
Yeah, the rabbit was following my father everywhere because he recognized him as his owner. I don't know why.
Like, he was mine, but that's fine.
It's okay. And I got it from a rescue, so it was like super cute, because I mean, he was not really cute. He was kind of aggressive sometimes, but also cute when he wanted.
Yeah.
And I got it when he was a little bit old already, so he was pretty quiet.
Yeah. Laura says, can you show us how you add textures in Photoshop?
If I have time, I definitely can, because it's a little bit like longer as a process. Mm-hmm. I use brushes though.
Yeah. Oh, chat is trying to name the mouse.
This is.
So we've got. What?
Tommy? No, I don't know.
Tommy? That would be cute. You could do Remy from. If anyone's on TikTok, there's a whole TikTok trend right now where they're like, these Gen Z kids have been putting together Ratatouille the musical, and they're calling it the Ratatouille.
What? Really?
It's pretty impressive. I won't lie. Like, so if you Google it later on, Google Ratatouille the musical, like, oh, it's a whole TikTok thing. Like, there's songs, there's dances, there's stage settings.
No way.
It's kind of wild. I have a friend who we really love the movie Ratatouille, and we've been enjoying the trend happening. And now they're trying to take Up and turn that into a musical.
What? That's crazy. Kids right now are like great.
They really are. I always think, like, what if we had the technology that we have now when we were growing up? Like, we'd have been unstoppable is what would have happened.
Yeah. I'm always stunned by these kids that are like doing, I don't know, like lives when they are dancing, and they are also winning some kind of video game, and they're talking with each other, answering to the chat. And I'm like, what?
I thought Dance Dance Revolution was like fantastic when I was a kid. Now these kids are like lightsabers. Doo, 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 doo.
No, it's crazy.
Someone says you should name the mouse Jerry. Someone else says Cheese. Another suggestion for the mouse is Walt. Oh, hey, Jan Eric, how are you?
So I want to make this color a little bit more, because this is a cheese ball.
The cheese disco ball.
So I can maybe add one color here. The cheese.
Does the mouse get a cheese slice, says Hemant. I think they're sitting on cheese, aren't they?
They could be sitting on cheese, actually, yeah. A big, big cheese. Yes.
Tave says, I'd call the mouse Einstein because it looks smart.
So, he's sitting on cheese. But they are doing a party, so there could be some other cheese right here.
Jan Eric goes, are we sure the mouse is male though? And Jeremiah says, a disco ball made of cheese? Yes, because this is our world and we've decided. We should have different like Swiss cheese, cheddar cheese. Oliver says, I think the game you're talking about with the lightsabers is Beat Saber. It's amazing. I play Animal Crossing. Like that is like the extent of my gaming. Do you play video games?
I used to. When I was younger, I was crazy about Legend of Zelda.
Oh, yeah?
Totally a fan. I was even buying, back then, there were these like magazines about video games. And at the end, there were some booklets where you had how to solve the video game. There were some tricks.
Yeah.
And I was just reading the tricks just because I enjoyed reading about Zelda, not because I was playing, but I was just like, it was like a fantasy book for me. But I was also playing.
I did not game much as a kid, but I got a Switch a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And when Breath of the Wild came out, that was the first time I ever played Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
And it's so good. I originally got this Switch because I wanted to play Splatoon with my friend. And then now I'm just like obsessively making my Animal Crossing island. It's called Manhattan, and I made a Rockefeller Center. So it's like Rockefeller Center, but a bad knockoff.
That's super nice.
It's interesting. It's not really nice, but it's interesting. I tried. Someone says, I love the color palettes you're using in this design.
Thank you.
It really is like a great color palette. I would never have thought to put these colors together, and yet they work so well.
I feel like sometimes, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Like some colors that for a long time have been supposed to not go well together, like are being used a lot right now. Like many illustrators are using some colors that together do some kind of, like they freeze a little bit, but in the end they work well. Like
the fun thing with this too is like if you copied the artboard and you did a recolor, it would all probably still work too. You could do this in pastels. You could do it in neons.
Yeah.
Emanuela says, hi, Giulia.
Hi. Hi, Manu. Thank you for watching.
Nikolai says, any good way or advice on coming up with good color combinations?
So yesterday we mentioned like proceeding in steps, like start with one color you want to use and then start playing around and see what other color works well with that color, and then add a third color maybe to these two. So you can have like the beginning of a color palette, and then what I like to do is to use shades of the color you're using. Like if you have three main colors, for example, having like, I don't know, if you're using orange, blue, yellow, the orange could have a lighter orange and a darker orange. So you can have like this palette has actually three colors, but you have different shades and you can use them all around, like a little bit like we're doing here. Here we're only playing with the orange, the purple, and the white, and the pink. We don't have much more than that, but now the yellow has 3 different grades, and the purple has 2 grades. So
another thing you can do is you can use Adobe Capture on your phone, and you can take photos and grab color palettes from those. So now you're just seeing my current bedroom. But you can load in photos from your camera roll as well. So like if I took a photo of my dog, like you could color pick it. So
That's amazing.
and you can adjust, like you can pull the little note around to change what the color palette is and then save it in your CC libraries and access it through Illustrator and Photoshop. So that's a good way of finding color palettes as well. And also color.adobe.com. You can see what other people have done.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is that a cheese guitar? It's so cute.
Yes. It's making a serenade. Let's see if we can hold it.
He's singing that song that L is for the way you look at me, but he's spelling out cheese.
He's actually looking at the cheese ball, not at the other mouse.
When the moon hits your eye like a big...
That's right. That's perfect. I love it.
Nora says, okay, now I want a 4-cheese pizza. Don't we all? I will say some of the best pizza I had was in Rome. But they cut it like in strips and they fold it like a panini. I had that pizza.
Yeah, pizza portafoglio, credo, I think it's called.
Is that what it is? There was like a little pizzeria shop down the road from where we were staying, and just like every day we all would grab like a small slice of pizza because we were walking so much.
Yeah, that's the best. I think they call it wallet pizza because it's like folded.
Oh, I like that. I get every day I got caprese pizza.
Wow.
That was my go-to was a caprese. Let's see. Do you guys use specific patterns or rules regarding color palettes, like complementary colors, etc.? Is there a rule you always follow no matter what?
Yeah, that's a great start actually, to know the basics of the color theory. For sure, that's the best to start. And then you can also start to playing around without. I think after a while it becomes a little bit like, how do you say that? Like it's automatic. After a while, like now after 10 years that I'm working, I'm not thinking anymore like, okay, base color and the rules properly, but they are in my mind because I've been studying them. Like, and also for breaking the rules, you have to learn the rules. So I think it makes sense to learn the theory first and then try to make your own rules after.
I'll often look at artists as well. If I see an artist whose color palette I like, I'll save the art just so I can reference it later, and I'll kind of color pick from there just to see how they did it and how I can pull that into my compositions.
Yeah.
Cody says she says she doesn't really follow the rules. She just checks her values to make sure that she's got good contrast and also sticks to only about 4 to 5 colors in an image.
Yeah. Limited colors are always a good way to go, to be sure that everything is consistent and there is not too much crowd. It's not too much crowded and confusing.
Luis says, sing to the moon, haha. Brazilian kids know this scene from Palavra Cantada. I don't know what that is. I look at that and I think Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah, you're right.
Goodbye, goodbye. I need to stop singing. I'm gonna get us like copyright stricken.
Next time it will be all synced.
Yeah. Yeah, and Eric says, I don't quite get the obsession with pizza. I mean, they're very tasty, but a fat, greasy hamburger beats pizza every single time in my book.
What? I'm an Italian.
Yeah, I live in Chicago. Like, you do not diss pizza. I can't do deep dish, though. It's like too heavy. We get the thin crust tavern pizza, and it's really good.
I like it. The deep dish pizza, I like it a lot.
Yeah, I like it when I want something really heavy because it's very filling.
Yeah.
There was one year we ordered from Illuminati's here, and we had it shipped to Florida, and that's what we had for New Year's. It was Illuminati's pizza.
Wow.
Because they'll mail it to you overnight, and you just thaw it, and then you cook it, and it's ready to go. Wow. We also did that with Chicago hot dogs for my dad's birthday one year. Now we can we just go down the street and we can get them from Culver's. They're delicious. All right, so we got about 9 minutes until the artist spotlight.
Cool.
So make sure you guys submit to the tab above the chat. Oh, there's pizza chat happening they're talking pizza still. You guys are gonna make me so hungry. Oh, what are you making now? Oh, this is the room on the top floor that we have.
Yeah. So here we will have a library, and we have just one room left. If you think we have time, we can try to make it. Otherwise, I can make this the suite room.
We still have 30 minutes until we have to start winding down, and artist spotlight will probably take about 10-ish minutes. So we got about 20 minutes total that you can go. So if you hustle, we can do it.
Let's see what happens. I will.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm excited to see this in the final stage, though. Like, I want to print up this for my studio. It's so cute.
I mean, usually, like, one thing that I will do for sure after the stream would be like do some fine tunings before publishing it, because like right now we did all the creative part, but usually I spend like a little bit more time doing some like little fine tunings and some, little adjustments that will make everything a little bit precise, like see if the details are all in their place. And that would be the final phase. Like,
Judith says, when would you want to add noise texture? That would be one of the last things you do, right?
Yeah. Once you are like happy about the result, then I will go to Photoshop, and because like at that point the design has to be like locked, like it cannot change at that point.
It's like the hardest thing too is going over your illustration and making sure there's nothing you need to fix before you call it final.
Yeah,
I recently did a gallery piece, and it's very like illustration heavy and it's very layer heavy, and I went over that thing so many times to make sure that I had nothing, like I didn't miss any texture anywhere.
Yeah.
And then the prints came in the mail 2 days ago, and I was terrified to open it because I thought, oh no, what if I missed a spot?
Yeah.
Thankfully I did not, but it was definitely a scary moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I love how you did the bookshelf with like the receding part. Dave says, still waiting for my UFO somewhere in the night sky. Are you hoping for it in the camping area or like outside the building?
Like what I wanted to do here was like to make the library a little bit like sliding, so it's clear that there is a secret room.
I love it.
Back.
You could have a ghost peeking from behind.
Yeah, that's where our third ghost.
You walk in there and it takes you straight to the basement.
Here it comes. Actually, the bear is peeking on that side, so maybe we can make it just a little bit.
Teddy. Judith says, I'd love to see you working on a project about Lunar New Year. That would be great.
Yeah, that would be a nice project.
Yeah. You know, there's some sort of cosmic thing that's going to happen where I think it's 2 planets are going to align that haven't aligned in like 800 years on Christmas Eve. I think that was what it is, and and then it'll happen again in 2040.
Wow.
But apparently it's going to make I guess they're calling it like the Christmas star. It's going to be a huge, big, bright star in the sky because these 2 particular planets are going to align.
Oh, wow.
We've got 3 minutes till the artist spotlight.
Here it is.
Yay, I love him. He's like, I love reading. How about you? Oh, that's perfect. The little stairs going up.
We have the little stairs as well. So one useful tip is that when you want to put, I wanted the stairs to be behind the library, but above the purple layer. So I just selected the layers and I did the paste. Mm-hmm. And I pasted, so it's pasting just above the layer you selected.
Oh, cool.
That's a useful tip.
So when you go to paste it, instead of it just pasting wherever, if you have the layer that you want it in front of selected, it'll paste in front of that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It saved me many headaches. There's so many
Illustrator hacks that I feel like you don't truly find until you are super deep into the program, and then you find these things, you're like, that would have made my life so much easier if I had known this 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like in Photoshop, there's a key called the Graves key. I've been working in Photoshop since I was about 13. I only learned this year that if I hold that down while I am drawing, it turns my brush into an eraser.
Wow. Yeah.
Everyone's saying the secret code to open the passage should be pizza.
Yeah, you're right. So you're totally right. That's why the ghost is happy. I'm actually thinking about using this as an outside wall, so I'm sure that I will finish this on time.
Oh, those are so cute. The balance of this piece is so nice too. It's so fun watching you work in real time.
I will totally put a cat here, so the cat lovers are
bring on the cat.
I wonder if he's speaking from. No, he's speaking. Orange cat?
I
Is
think
it
an orange
okay?
cat would work. Orange cats exist, so I think an orange cat would work.
I love orange cats.
All right. It's time for the artist spotlight.
Yes.
So I'm going to go share
I'm
my
ready.
screen. So we have the artist spotlight now, and this is going to be a lot of fun. The artwork's really beautiful. We have Giulia Andreyeva. So make sure that you give them a follow. So we have, are you able to see the screen, Giulia?
Yeah.
All right. So it looks like we have some very graphic style work. It looks like it's possibly vectored, and then there is a texture added later.
Mm-hmm.
But they are from Germany. Zoom in a little bit so you can see that they're from Germany. And
nice.
Their profile picture has this cute little graphic behind her head too. I love that.
Yeah, that's super nice. And the cover looks really nice too.
It does. And it looks like she's got she was featured in the Fresco gallery at some point recently. So let's start with this one. We're just gonna hype her up. We're gonna look at how great some of this work is. Like, I love the colors of this.
Wow, this was my first, the first thing I saw when you opened the profile. It really caught my eyes.
I'm gonna give that a thumbs up. We have, this looks like that she used Illustrator and Fresco for this. So this is really lovely.
I love the color palette.
Yeah, the color palette is super nice.
Yeah.
And I like that the black isn't just solid black. Like, it's, it's like, it looks like that was the base, but she used a gray to give it a little bit, just to lighten it a bit. And it looks it works really well. And then this one is the one that got featured in Fresco, and it just got featured like a week ago. That's exciting.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, congrats. Round of applause. Oh, I love this. This is such a lovely little landscape. And one thing I really like about her work is that she's showing it like in context. So she showed the poster what it would look like printed, or right now she's showing her hand holding a postcard. And the nice thing is, like, you don't even have to necessarily take a photo of your work like that. You can mock it up.
Yeah. I really like how the use of the black is like, you can see that the black is helping the other colors to stand out and perfectly balanced in the picture.
Yeah, I love these cactuses. Is it cacti or cactuses? I don't know. Chat can tell me. But I love it's like there's like a pencil texture over it.
I love it. It's amazing. Really,
the colors,
good job.
Yeah, the colors are really nice. I especially love this one right here. This guy right here. He's my favorite. And these look nice too. The gray is really nice to break up these bright colors. Oh. I like that they use texture brushes as well. Here's that pencil texture again. Look at this. Is just so nice.
Yeah, these are a very nice use of textures.
Oh, it almost looks like they got a shadow, but I think it's just the pattern on this.
Yeah.
On this vase. Cody says it's technically cacti, but she says cactuses. This is so nice. I like the use of the shadows, and the color is just beautiful.
Yeah, I love this little hint of light blue that she put in the flower. The yellow flower is really nice.
I agree. Are there any others you want to look at first in here?
I was curious to see the one of the battles, because it looked like a little bit different from the other. I was curious to see what that was. I always like to see the wine labels.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes
wine
they are
labels
really
are fun. So it's a wine she calls Solo. It looks like she did the branding for it as well. Oh, look at this with the gold foil. That's so nice.
I really like how she presented this project. Like,
I do too, and I love the foil wrapper on the top of the bottle here with the little logo on it.
Yeah,
this is so nice.
Wow, that's a bottle I will definitely buy. If I see it on the shelves, definitely stands out.
Yeah, I definitely stop for really good wine labels, especially if it's got metallic to it.
Yeah.
It's just such a nice little touch that makes it feel that much more elegant. I'm going to peek at this one because there's a lot of characters in here. This illustration and poster was created for the Music and Art Winter Market in 2019. The brief was to illustrate the magic tree that was the central point of the market and attraction for children and families.
That's really nice.
Oh, that's so fun.
I love the little characters.
Yeah, there's so much to look at. There's like a little mushroom. They all have a bag.
The sea turtle is amazing. I love it.
I was about to say, where's the sea turtle? He's over here. Oh, he's so cute. I like this little. I think this is a giraffe that turns into a dinosaur. I'm not entirely sure, but I like them.
I really like that the characters seem like they have different styles, but still everything is consistent and is really, really interesting.
I agree. I like this too. We can see the posters all completely finished, and we can see them mocked up as if they were out on display. Very, very nice. Whoop. There we go.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful work. I love it. I think this is great. Oh, look, it's coffee. Wait, no, chocolate. It's chocolate.
Really nice.
I like that they showed the entire, what are these called? Case study.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that they showed the entire case study. Oh, they even show their typefaces they picked. They've got 2 and they look like they work really nicely together. I could see this in like a Whole Foods.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
A Whole
really
Foods
organic shapes.
Yeah. It would be like a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's. This work is beautiful, and they are creating some really nice illustration work. So hand claps all around. Everyone, please give Giulia a follow. Their work is lovely and colorful, and I am here for it. So good job. Yay.
Very good job. Congratulations.
All right. So we have the cat in progress.
Hello.
Fairy says, I love how she put the color code in there. I agree. I think it's really nice when you show a color palette and you can see what the actual hex code was.
Yeah.
Cody says, lovely work. We agree. We agree. It's very nice work. And if you want to be spotlighted next time, make sure that you do submit your work to the Artist Spotlight tab. Oh, it's so cute. That's a cute kitty. Actually, I have to be careful if I say Kitty. We have a cat that is, we think, our next door neighbors, but it's also like half outdoor cat. And every day around the same time, it appears and it walks through the neighbor's yard and then our yard. And if the dogs see it, they go nuts. And we always say, oh, look, it's Kitty. And so they know the word. So if I have to be careful when I say it, because otherwise my dog's gonna be like, where is it?
He's speaking. Everyone is speaking.
I think that works so well, though. I love the peeking aspect.
Yeah, somebody mentioned 1 cat or 3, so let's do it 3. The 3
You could have
kitty
one,
cats.
like, instead of them all being in the same window, the third one's coming from like the top of the last window.
They are judging us. They are like,
why are you looking into our house?
This could be like,
Noor says it's the Cheshire cat.
yeah, looks like.
And so this is one that you're gonna make. You have to make a clipping mask, right?
Yeah. So I make a quick clipping mask here.
I like it.
I don't know, maybe this should be in the last window because it's the crazy one. Here. Yay.
Oh, this is so fun. There's so much to look at. This would make a good... If you were to turn something like this into a kid's book, it could be like a seek and find.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Or like a seek and find poster.
Yeah. I'm just adding a few details to the window, so...
I like that. That works so well.
Just to have a little bit more details.
Yeah.
Here.
This all looks so nice. So we have we've got about like 10-ish minutes before we gotta start winding down. So if you guys do have any questions in chat, feel free to ask them and we'll try to get to as many as we can before we have to say goodbye. And do make sure you stick around because we do have a lineup today of additional art and streams, and it's gonna be great. There are lots of talented people in the Adobe team. Golden Rose says, super late, but I made it. Welcome to the stream. And if you did miss a lot of this one, you can always go back and watch the replays. That is so cute. I never would have even thought to put a little awning type thing. Oh, Alamin says save.
Oh, yes. I think I did it at some point.
Yeah.
But thank you for reminding me.
Save. Hydrate.
Okay.
Oh, it's so fun. I like how the plant at the bottom just deviates a little bit and kind of breaks up the composition.
Yeah.
And it balances nicely with that sun up at the top.
Yeah.
And Kevin the owl.
There could totally be also some little clouds in the sky.
Ooh,
just
yeah.
Just to add some details to the back. They would be really, really light like this. But just to add some movement to the composition.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. I like it.
So one last thing that I could do now that I see everything together, I would like to make this a little bit. I unlocked the building layer and I selected both. So I was able to take this a little bit lower because it was a little bit too high.
That balance looks so nice. Now I love the purple breaking up the bottom too. Cody says, yeah, the plant breaking the border of the house is nice. And Alamin says, can we get a UFO?
Yeah, you're right. Let's do it. You are right. Let's do it. I forgot about it. So I can make one really quickly. Let's do...
Nora says, add some wheels to the whole house because why not? How would that work though? Because like there is a basement.
Yeah.
So I could see like a Howl's Moving Castle type situation where it's got like big legs.
So let's do one little alien here.
I love how you're doing this like just from your mind, like you draw UFOs all the time.
Oh no, the eyes. I will take the eyes from here. No, not from you. Not from you, from you.
Richard says, wonderful stream. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching, Rick. Appreciate it.
It's a kind of a stereotyped UFO, but I hope it works for now. If you want, I can put the cat in the UFO instead of an alien.
Oh, that would be fun.
It could be a space cat coming.
Space cat. My sister found a card that actually is Space Cat, and it's got a whole song.
Oh. Yeah.
Tape says, yay, UFO. Alamin says, you are great, Giulia.
All right. So we have everything we needed, I think.
I love it. With the bath area wall, would it benefit from like a pattern on the wall?
Yeah, I think so. I think we can have the same like pattern we had here, or we can make another. Maybe something a little bit more bedroom-y, like some kind of.
Like I could see. I'm gonna draw it out because I will never be able to describe it. But like, you know how bathrooms always have the like flower pattern?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could have like something like that where it's like circles and lines.
Yeah, totally. Maybe we can have these like little petals like this that can be the flower part.
Yeah, I like that.
And we can have a few lines as well. Let's see. This will be in the back. And I will put a line here so we can just duplicate it.
Perfect.
Maybe like one, not too many because.
Jeremiah says, late suggestion, but I just got the idea about having an anti-gravity room or an upside down room. That
would have been super nice as well.
You could take one of the rooms as is and just flip it.
Yeah. Actually, I could do that. And
which one would we flip though? That's the hard thing. Because they all look so good.
It's actually the cat here is kind of anti-gravity moment.
Yeah. Anti-gravity cat. Anti-catity. That didn't work. I thought it would. It didn't.
Do you think it's too crowded now? This?
Maybe do you have like a light yellow that could be?
Because this is already the lighter yellow.
Is it?
The other. Maybe if I don't have You know what I can do? Maybe I could use the opacity to make it even, but we lose it.
I think the opacity went to 0.
Okay, that's my fault. So let's do 20. Yeah.
I think that works.
I think it's better. It's lighter.
It adds just a little bit extra to it.
Yeah. Not too disturbing. We could have some little stripes here as well in the.
Oh, that would be cozy.
In the cozy room.
Yeah, that would be so cozy.
Let's see.
I can just like very faintly hear the clicking of your trackpad. I love the sound of it. Zachariah says, what are some of your techniques for composition for this kind of illustration?
I think most of it is like the experience of doing a lot of compositions, and it becomes kind of natural after a while. For sure, looking for references and looking for some ideas, be inspired by other illustration, like in this case, is really useful to see, to know like when a composition is good. I think a lot is like just the personal taste and trying to have things balanced in the composition. Like,
and I'm sure over years, a lot of trial and error to see what works.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I mentioned that, like, usually after doing something like this, I do a lot of fine tunings, because like what I will do normally now is like spend some time like doing these little adjustments that are very small revisions, but they are crucial for the balance. Like even a small movement can totally change how it counts. Like maybe now that I see it here, maybe there is too much things, and this could be a little bit more here, and this could be a little bit more here, because this was the first room we did. So
Taif just wants to know how you duplicated the stripes. He says it looks like you used a shortcut.
Yeah, it was Command D. I think it's Command D. Let me try. I take this.
I think you have to like Alt Shift it once, and then you can hit Command D, and it'll just keep shifting and duplicating.
Yeah, every time you make a movement and you do Command D, that movement is repeated. The movement is like, if I do this and then I do Command D, it repeats the last thing I did in the program.
Richard goes, Option click to drag a copy, and then Command D to repeat.
Yeah.
So we've got about 2 minutes. Is there anything you wanna say to everyone before we start signing off, or any advice that you'd give for anyone who wants to jump into doing something like this?
I would say totally to find your voice, to be confident that your story matters to people, and if you do something that really matters to you, people will want to listen to. And if you do something out of your passion, people will know that that your art is honest, and they will want to hear more about you, I'm sure.
I love that. Well, thank you, Giulia, so much for joining us these past 2 days. The work you have made is just gorgeous. I can't wait to see what you do to just, do your little finessing and finish it up. So where can everyone find you to see that final?
For sure, my Behance profile, I will upload it on my Behance, on my website, on my Instagram. I will put it everywhere.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
You.
And chat, thank you so much for joining us these past 2 days. I hope you had a great time. Giulia, I hope you had a great time. It was fantastic to watch you work.
It was amazing. Thank you for being also kind. And thank you so much, Shauna. You've been great. And thank you for being with me. And thank you to Adobe for giving me this opportunity once again. It was great.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And thanks, everyone. I hope you have a great day. Stay tuned. There is more coming up next. And have a fantastic rest of your day and rest of your week. Bye.